Legends, whoever. You got 5 minutes.
Real shit.
Get your shit off.
Yeah, get your shit off, right.
They gonna like it or they not. Shit.
It's good. I mean, that's one of them things where it's like, yo, you have motherfuckers they taking their craft shirts, they're gonna be prepared.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yes,
that's just it.
Ladies and gentlemen. Yes, sir. We good? We live?
Oh, I ain't got.
We live from the track. Yeah, let my man get right. Let my man's get right. What's going on, y'all?
Shit.
You good? Yes, sir. Ladies and gentlemen. You are now tuned into another episode of the weekly wrap up.
Check.
Yeah, we got your boy Rome here in the building.
Alrighty, man. Peace to the world.
Listen, man. Let's get to it. Straight out the rip. Man, we losing some legends. You know what I mean? It was announced yesterday. Roy Ayers, man, a legendary. Roy Ayers passed away.
Yeah, bro.
Age 84.
Those, when you see those artists like transition, it don't feel like a loss, yo. Cause like it is essentially, for their family, whatnot. But for the culture, like Roy Ayers' career, bro, was beautiful. You know what I mean? Like Roy Ayers made beautiful music, so it's like one of those things. Was like for what he gave, bro, he gonna live forever.
Man,
may he rest in peace.
Frankie Beverly.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Beverly.
Like, it's like irreplaceable.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And normally they say when the elders pass away, it's like burning down the library. So much wisdom, so much knowledge. Even our queen, you know what I mean? Angie Stone passed away suddenly, man, performing, I believe, in Alabama, traveling her way to Baltimore.
Bad.
Right here, you know what I mean?
Crazy.
And got into an accident. Now, people online, fans, you know what I mean? They raising questions because of the videos that she put out on her YouTube channel, on IG, speaking on, how the record industry did her dirty, right?
Yeah.
Just like they do all our artists.
Right.
Do you think there's any truth to those conspiracy theories out there on Angie?
Yo, so all right, I'm kind of conspiracy theory guy, bro. Like I always think there's more to it.
Right.
So, like when I hear these situations and then I look and do the research, I do the homework, and then I see like, oh, she was trying to get a master's. Mm-hmm. And then it's all these artists tied in with trying to obtain their masters. So, when they know what they signed up for. You know what I'm saying? They know what they signed up for, bro. So, some of them think that they bigger than the program, you know what I mean, because of how much money they got or whatever the case may be. But nah, you know what I'm saying? It don't work like that. And, some of them sell their soul. They talk about it all the time. You know what I mean? I don't believe Angie Stone was that, but we never know. You know what I mean? I hope, we just don't know, but yeah, I hope, may she rest in peace, man. She made beautiful music as well. She was, Angie Stone got joints.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
To see so many people give her props, her just due. You know what I mean? Hip hop pioneer. I mean, you got to really do your homework. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But me being a little younger than you, you know what I'm saying? I just remember the hits on the radio.
Right.
Right.
I mean, I ain't gonna say I wasn't I'm a D'Angelo fan.
I'm a neo soul fan.
Yeah.
There we go. You know what I mean?
Right.
During that era, come on.
But that era, those artists, that music is still elite.
Timeless.
It's timeless. Yeah. Like that era is still elite, bro. So
What's up?
Sit down. Sit down.
Oh yeah. This bring your kids to work day. You know what I'm saying? Last week it was bring your pops to work day. But when it come to Angie, man, songs like Brother, you know what I mean? I want to thank you. So many records where clearly she had so much love for the black man, for her people.
Yeah.
Right? So when I see so many of our men come out, you know what I mean, to pay homage, we need more of that.
Yo,
you know
and that's I don't think it's a female artist. No, not a major. There's not a major female artist that makes music like that anymore.
No.
You know what I mean? Like, and so it's like even just thinking about it, I'm like, dang, like, when the last time you heard a female make a song like that?
And I'm sure they out there.
It's out there somewhere.
Internet out here today, the way the industry works, it's just she's, you know, from a different era.
Right.
You know what I mean? And what we talked about last week about the hustle.
Yeah.
Right. And for our artists, unfortunately, the hustle never stops.
Right.
All of the GOATs on roll right now.
Right.
Like literally all of them.
Facts.
You know what I mean? The OJ.
Yeah.
They've been on their last tour.
Yeah.
For like 5 years.
Yeah. I mean, Wu about to start their last tour.
Come on, but we talking about generations before
prior to them. Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Smokey Robinson. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Still on the road.
Lenny Williams.
Come on, Diana Ross.
Yeah.
I mean, at some point you think, yo, it's the love, but then you realize, yo,
it's the game.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, it's the game.
Come on. Checks ain't what it used to be no more.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
yo, streaming destroyed the record industry, bro.
Yeah.
It destroyed it. Like I remember I had Napster, bro. Like I used to burn CDs, bro. You know what I'm saying? LimeWire, all that shit.
That's
bro.
the era I missed, the torrent era.
Yeah.
You could obtain the artist's whole discography in a matter of seconds. Now with you know, them cracking down on the streaming platforms, a lot of stuff you can't even have access to.
Right.
A lot of those old labels, they failed to, you know, evolve with the times. This is why some of your favorite albums are probably not accessible on streaming platforms. But like I said, man, to see something like this take place, now, of course, you know, the passing of Roy Ayers, there was no conspiracy theories or nothing to that effect, but, you know, we'll
Angie Stone, and yo, see, and it's always weird when you have outspoken artists. And we have outspoken artists, and we have recollection, and it's video evidence of them speaking out about, you know, certain things in regards to their career and the industry or whatnot. And in a situation, and I think it was 9 people in the vehicle.
Several people.
It was several people in the vehicle, and she was the only one that passed. So like the way it occurred, it just looked weird. You know, like I ain't going to front. It looked weird. So
I think with the internet, you can kind of paint any situation as like,
that's true too.
You know
I mean, we
little
wasn't
TikTok video, spooky little instrumental in the background.
Yo,
you can always set the stage. So it's like,
oh yeah.
When I initially heard the news of her passing, the first thing I'm thinking is, damn, that's a drive. Right. Alabama to Baltimore.
Right.
You know, instinct is like, why she didn't take a plane? Oh, that's right.
Right.
Planes
falling out the sky.
Come on now.
Right.
Of course, every plane ain't dropping, but you know what I mean? On the surface level, you like, yeah, I ain't messing with that right now. You know what I mean? Plus, everything costs a lot of money.
Right.
A last-minute flight, she probably, you know, the people she with probably like, yo, let's cut costs, get her a drive there, much cheaper.
Right.
You know what I mean? People trying to save money. It's hard out here.
Right.
But it just goes to show, damn if you do, damn if you don't.
Yo, I mean, you know, when it's your time, it's your time, yo.
Come on.
You know what I mean? And that's one. I mean, nobody can you know, control that.
Yeah.
You know, but you can make anything seem weird now. You can question literally anything, bro, and it make it trying to make it into like a mountain from a molehill, you know. So I think one of those things. I think Angie Stone, she was a beautiful artist, man. Her music is always going to live. You know, she was one of them ones for her era, you know.
Yeah.
And she made some timeless music. And, you know, I hope her family finds comfort, you know, and, you know, may she rest in peace.
That's indeed, man. I hope for all our legends, let's just continue to embrace them, you know, show love, man, appreciate them, and do your homework. You know, if you really love the music or you love the craft, you know, you have to study the greats. You have to study those before you. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be the man I am today if I didn't study the many people that paved the way. You know what I mean? To get me here. You know, one day we gonna be the elders. And we gonna have to show, you know, the youngest, right? Because I feel like now we are the eldest.
Right.
It's young, but times have changed.
Right.
So now where it's like your 40s and 50s was your OGs, it's like really, you know, your mid-30s, late 30s, early 40s.
Right.
Coming from where we come from, where it's not a lot of...
Hey, OGs had
come
it, bro.
on. You know what I mean? So what you gonna do? You gonna start acting like the youth, or you gonna show them the way? And I feel like artists of that magnitude, you know, you always got to do your homework, man. So that's why... Even though I'm in my mid-30s, I'm always listening to the classics. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because it puts you in a different mind state.
It's a different frequency.
Yeah.
It was a different level of consciousness.
You don't want to put on a Pooh Shiesty after you listen to some damn Angie.
Yo, we gonna talk about it. Yeah, we gotta talk about that real quick, man. Hey yo. All my guys, man, that's you in my stage, yo. Like you blended, you getting Neapolitan in your bed, bro. Hey yo, listen. Y'all gotta chill with the shiesties, bro. Like, in all seriousness, yo, y'all niggas is too old for this shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, man.
So what's the appropriate age for a pool shiesty? Let the people know, in your opinion, what you think is
Yo,
appropriate.
you shouldn't be wearing a shiesty if you over 20, bro. Like, I ain't gonna front.
That's woo.
Yeah, like it's a young.
That's the whole city.
It's a young boy thing, yo. See what I don't respect. I don't respect old heads that try to dress young. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like the fat dude in all the fresh Under Armour. Like, yo, what you really got that shit on for, yo?
Right.
You ain't really gonna do nothing in it, yo. You know what I mean?
That's a fact.
Yeah, like you ain't gonna do nothing in that shit, bro. You just want to try and look cool. You know what I mean? And
hunting apparel, athletic apparel. You just wearing it for fashion.
Wild, unathletic. You know what I'm saying? This shit.
You ain't lying.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I just think it's like one of them. Like, nah, bro. Like, just chill.
I think it was at the seeing Tony Ayo up there on what's the name platform? I ain't gonna say his name.
Yeah.
But seeing him up there in the joint like right here. It's weird how they've added that stigma to it.
Right.
Right? Because on one aspect, you in New York or what, it's cold as hell.
Yeah.
It's understandable. That wind hits your face.
It's a regional thing. I get it. It's a regional thing, right? But though we gotta have some type of mandate, man, where I just never agree. Like we in the generation of where like you step outside and you'll see a gathering of niggas, bro, and it's always you know what I'm saying? It's
said a gathering.
Yeah.
No, it's funny you say that because last summer was one of the hottest summers that I can remember in a long time.
Niggas was outside.
110, they outside, long sleeve hoodies, pool shiesties.
That's weird, man.
Posted up.
Yeah, that's weird,
you
bro.
could be with a shorty or whatever, your kids, your family, you know what I mean? You like, I don't even want to go in that area over there because, and it's sad because when you really get up on them and you have that conversation, you realize, they was just us when we was kids.
Yeah, they just kids.
Way. You know what I mean? They just raised on a different level. Everything is just to the max now.
They just got 30-round clips now.
Oh, some of them do. You see the skits on there on social media. You know what I mean?
Nah, that's a real thing. Man, these little niggas different, bro. I ain't gonna front. These little dudes different. But
Call of Duty, who we blame? Call of Duty, what we?
That's definitely an influence. That's definitely
you can't get an extra life. That's the thing that killed me. While y'all out here acting like you could play this reckless in the streets, you don't get respawned back into the game.
It's a whole shoot 'em up area, yo, and like that's where like it took away from the art, where everything was just shoot 'em up, bro. And it's like
what? Now that you say it make me think: is it a conditioning? Because
I believe so.
And again, I might be on my, you know what I'm saying, my full hat, 10 hat theory, man, or whatever. But when it comes to us, like, we so used to our people dying young, that we don't even get to see them age on the screen.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's as if, like, you're being praised to be a crash dummy.
Right.
And when you look at the artists like Angie or the legends we spoke on, that's a privilege.
Yeah, facts.
You know what I mean? That's a luxury to live life. You know what I mean? So it just makes you wonder, like, the optics of that and why it seems like it's a thing when it comes to the youth now.
Right.
Because we are understanding of our children, our youth. But on the outside, in them courtrooms, how they depict it,
right.
You know what I mean?
Be a monster.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The stereotyping. And then you see the Be More Ink page. You know what I mean? Like, it's a real world out here. It's not something that you can ignore, right? It's a conversation for sure, but I know it's a mentality that's, conditioned on our children to feel like that's the way to go out.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm trying to go out, you know what I mean, on guns blazing, and it's just like,
yo, right, yeah, that's not a movie.
Nah, it ain't.
It ain't a movie.
It ain't
a movie.
No. It's a video game, and in the end, look at so many people that's affected by that mentality, that crashing out mentality.
Yeah.
And you're still young. So this is why those rappers, drill artists who caught them charges young, right? TK and all these artists, right? That was known for these records. Now you got to sit in prison for the next 20, 30 years, become a man, and then recognize the wrong in your ways while being behind bars. That's not G'd up.
Nah, ain't nothing gangsta about it.
If we can save somebody, you know what I mean? Let's do it.
Ain't nothing gangsta about it, bro. Like, I never got it, man. I never got it. Like, I like some of the songs. Like, I ain't gonna front. Like, it's a different type of energy, but nah. Like that ain't it.
Nah, some of them living it.
Yeah, some of them living it.
It ain't. I was listening to Cool G rap. You know, that shit sound like a movie. You know what I mean? He going in. You paint the picture so vivid. Somehow along the way, they was duped into thinking, yo, we really doing it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure there was some in the past that's committed murders, rapped about it or whatever the case may be, but not like this.
I always thought that was dumb though. Like, like, yo, why would you do that? Like, especially now, like where they can actually take lyrics and try to make charges stick.
Well, Gucci Mane.
Yeah.
You got artists where like it let's be real. 50 Cent, certain artists, it boosted their album sales. You know what I mean? The fan base, it was like it added to the allure. I mean, even to a point with the Baby before everybody canceled him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like he had this reputation of like, yo, he'll put hands on you. Right. If not, security gonna knock you out. So, after a while, it's not good for the money. You know what I mean? It's not good for business, but they doing too much. Cause to me, it doesn't match the hype.
Right.
They say you're a rapper, but I'm not even familiar with your music. You're only being reported on based on the crimes you commit. Right. And then it puts a negative light on the rap game overall. Right. And we talked about that a couple episodes, all these attacks on hip hop. It's so many different subgenres, right? And I guess you could say drill is one of those. You know what I'm saying? But once you start, really out here committing crimes, putting it on, who was the one cat? Well, Julio, they had the whole joint on 4K from a Tesla.
Who I smoked. Oh, my gosh. Yeah. Bro, that was like one of the worst records ever.
That's what I'm saying.
It went viral. I was like, yo, what?
Yo. That's what I'm saying, man.
It was done like, it was no wittiness about it, though. Like, at least when, like in the 90s, bro, like it was a level of effort that was put into being within a combination of authenticity.
Who shot you? I shot you.
Right.
That's what they was going too hard. He said, I shot you. I'm like, all right now, yo. That's why Pac was so mad.
Like, he really said that.
Yeah.
He really said that. Like, bro, like, it's one of the things, it's like, yo, niggas is wilding, bro. Like, the evolution of the boldness of what they say on wax and how it transpired, like throughout the tenure, like it devolved as far as the level of on certain artists. You know what I mean? For the majority, you still have like your Kendricks and all that, but that's kind of like elite level.
And that's an older demographic, you know what I mean? Like I said, it just, I don't know, maybe with social media, right, making it seem like it's the norm because again, reality, social media, two different worlds. People think you on the internet all day, that's the end all be all, and then you go outside and you realize, oh, hell no.
It's a matter of shortening things down too with reels. So like the attention span for a lot of people listening, it ain't there. Right.
But ain't nothing new under the sun. I mean, but since we talking about, second childhood and let's talk about your boy Jimmy, Jomo.
Oh man.
Got a new album out right now, To the Church's Steps. Please, man, when you get a chance, check out this album because Jimmy wildin', man. Jomo, you out here wildin'.
Jimmy wildin'.
This rollout, man, for this album, man. What are your thoughts on Jim Jones talking crazy about Mase? He did a recent interview in XXL. I mean, he basically was just body sham.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, this is crazy.
It was
man.
funny. It was a little funny, right?
Snapping on him,
Yeah, it was a little funny. But I don't like to see them like this, right? Like they should be getting money together, in my opinion. I don't know. Jim just looked better, bro. You know what I mean? Jim looked better, in my opinion. And Cam and Mase is always a topic. You know what I'm saying? Like Cam and Mase ain't even putting no music out. Wait till they drop an album.
Well, I mean, if we're gonna be honest on this show, let's really talk about it. I mean, it's so many different situations, right? So it's like, okay, Cam and Mase, they did try to put out an album, right? They at least it was talks. If I'm not mistaken,
I remember talk.
Something like Willie Burgers or something like that. Remember they put out some tour dates,
right?
And the joint got, I think they did one show, and the joint got canceled, right? So, Cam and it wasn't easy. That's the point I'm trying to make. It wasn't like it was a smooth success. You can clearly tell they had different intentions. But because of the climate of the rap game, it forced them to be like, you know what, let's move in a different direction. Right? Because again, we seen it with the verses with Dipset and Locks. It was probably arguably one of the best ones they had. And it was so good that they went on the road.
Right.
You know what I mean? Jeezy, all of them went on. Gucci, they all went on the road. So, but again, that was 4 or 5 years ago. You see how quickly things changed. So when you look at Cam and Mase and what they've been able to create organically with the sports show, because at that time there was a void missing.
Right.
People are tired of your Stephen A. Smiths and your Skip Bayless.
Right.
So it was perfect for them. You know what I mean? But to see Jim continue to, throw shots, at least at Mase, who, for the record, he might say some things subliminally, but for the record, he's never went at Jim recently.
Mase Constant. Now, Mase and Mase laughing, egging Camron, he gonna catch the same charge. You know what I'm saying? And Jim so like, I get it to an extent, but like, I think it's corny, man. Like all these niggas, all of them rich. You know what I'm saying? If y'all grew up together, bro, like y'all should be able to go put gloves on and go handle that. You know what I mean? And by whatever means, like anything else, like else putting it else in the public is corny to me. Like outside of just promo, it's still a level of corniness to it, because that's supposed to be your man. Like I ain't gonna front. Actually, both of them, like one taught you how to rap, and the other one put you in the position to be a successful rapper.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's the history too deep. You know what I mean?
He said it like he's doing all of this for the algorithm. You know what I mean? So
I get it, yo. But yo, see,
what's the long-term effect of doing something like that?
Yeah, when you're known as the oldest young nigga on the internet, bro.
The
like
oldest YN.
Yeah, the oldest YN, bro, is crazy. I'm like, yo, why? But it's so fitting. It's so fitting, bro. And I'm like, damn, like, yo, you are that old still talking about all this gang banging and shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, at what point do we hold you accountable for that? You know what I mean? 'Cause, I mean, like, all right, it's one thing, right? Like, we ain't expecting you to drop no 444, you know what I mean? Because you was never that type of artist. You know what I mean? You was never that type of artist. But at the same time, you gotta do something different. You know what I mean? And when you win the position,
evolution in the music.
Yeah, you gotta do something different.
But let's stop right there, though. Some would say, well, what about Jeezy? What about Gotti? Certain artists, Gucci, certain artists, they have the ability to have the same subject matter over the time. You know what I mean?
They all evolved.
Okay.
They all evolved.
I mean, like, the snowman is still a snowman.
Nah, Jeezy's still a snowman, right? But then Jeezy also like rap about black empowerment and you know what I mean?
Okay. And the recession.
The recession.
Past the young. Yeah, he definitely.
Business, you know what I mean? Like a lot of motivation. It's other things, and like it's more than throwing up sets and keys. You know what I mean? Like just seriously, like it's just more to it. We in a time right now where like it's needed from these artists. You know what I'm saying? Like we in a perilous time right now. You know,
and let's be real, the time ain't reflecting. Okay,
the music ain't reflecting the time.
Yes. Hip hop used to be a way where it was a voice for the voiceless, right? You get what I'm saying? You could listen to the music and tell what was going on in the environment. You get what I'm saying? So now, you hear these lyrics in a time where the hood is gentrified, just about in all our areas. You get what I'm saying? So you rapping about these corners and these blocks and all of that,
right.
And we ain't owning shit.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yo, like, I think it's dumb for niggas be posted on the block in a Maybach and $1 million worth of jewelry on and don't own nothing on don't own no property there.
Don't own the hood at all.
Yo, it's wild. It's wild coonish.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm like, yo, wow. Like,
especially now because you see what's going on in the White House. You see, white supremacy on the loose. The only way to fight against the system is to buy up our communities and neighborhoods. Right. And we get it. Hustle was, surviving.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? The system didn't want to give us opportunities, so we found a way to survive.
Yeah. I don't want to hear rich niggas talk to me about struggling. You know what I'm saying? Like, seriously, like I just don't. Like, yo, you made $20 million in this game, bro. Like off record sales, like selling music. Man, you can't relate. You know what I mean? And those stories, and granted, it's entertainment to an extent. But, like, you expect a level of authenticity from your artist. At one point in time, you got that.
Yeah.
So it's like, yo, all right.
But he didn't do it alone.
They ain't do it right.
For the image, the sound, there's so many people that was involved And, it's already being said that Max B may be coming home. We go through this every year.
Free the wave,
right,
man.
Right, Max Bigger fell. They saying he coming home in like 7 to 8 months. So it's like, certain things you just wonder, right? With Cam and Mase, who would have thought they would have passed it up the way that they did? I prefer them to figure it out because at the end of the day, the brand is what sells.
They don't need it. They don't need each other. Like Max B got Kanye waiting on him. Max B got French waiting on him.
Nah, don't do that, Max. Don't do that.
Yeah, like it's a lot of artists that pay homage to Max B. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's like as soon as he come home, like it's a lot of people that's reaching out to him.
But things have changed.
Things have changed though.
Things have changed.
But it's gonna be him and French. Like him, and he don't need Jim. Jim needed him. You know what I mean? And I think at this point, the way the type of artist that Max B was, bro, like he got probably mad music in the stash.
Of course,
yeah,
of course.
He got mad music in the
stash.
The
money, I think that's the part where it coming from the streets. You know what I'm saying? And and back then you could get 40 for a walkthrough.
Right.
Things have changed.
Nah, I ain't like that. Nah.
Things have changed, so you need the music to have the impact. Max at that time he was flooding the mixtape game.
Yeah.
Even if you wasn't a fan,
right.
You seen him at the top of these websites. Like, yo, who the hell is this Max B? God damn, you know what I mean? Wayne, Gucci, French, him. Like they was constantly
public domain 2.5.
Come on.
Right.
You know what I mean? Live
right.
mixtape show. They was constantly at the top of these platforms. So
Silver Surfer.
Man.
Yeah.
But, unfortunately you seen the things that happened, caused this man to take crucial years from his career. And, we wishing him nothing but the best. But when you think about all of the history, you know what I mean? Jim Jones being a part of it, Stack Bundles. It's so much. Whereas at the end of the day, you doing this to promote your solo album, but, will the people even stomach seeing everyone united, reunited on that stage and not think, is it real?
Right. Yeah.
Is it real? Is the love real?
The way Jim went about that, bro, it always left a bad taste in my mouth, bro. Like, I was like, yo, what? And that's why I kind of like in certain situations, like I don't feel bad for him, yo. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't feel. It's a level of me that like it don't feel bad because it's like, yo, bro, you know what you did to Max, bro. Like, you did Max, and the stuff Cam was saying was true. Like the ones around you, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo,
and that's another thing that they keep. Because again, it didn't just, Jim ain't just start talking crazy. Earlier this week, we know about the fight that happened last weekend with Tank and Lamont Roach. Okay. We getting ready to get into it, but of course, Jim Jones and Jewels, they escorted Tank to the ring. Okay, so this week on It Is What It Is, Camron essentially blamed them, right? And their performance, initially he believes they brought out bad energy. Walking with them to the ring was just bad energy. So that's what kind of started this, kept it going. You know what I mean? Reignited it all over again. Plus I think at the Church of Step just came out last Friday as well.
Right.
So, like I said, Cam, he gonna say what he say, but they always throw that in there, like, oh, we get money over here. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you eating, but what about your team?
Right.
You know what I mean? It's little things that you peep it, you see it, right? But to go to throw shots, subliminal, to just straight up just start firing shots. Yo, Cam, he even pulled up the Ricardo.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? What was that for? You know what I mean? He's supposed to be meeting, Cam's supposed to be meeting up with Ocho to handle their issues, but yet Jim, he pulls up at the end. Like, what is that about?
Clout chasing, man. Like, yo, it's clout chasing. Like, I don't know. Like, it's one of them things. Like, yo, people get tired of hearing the same stuff, bro.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
And what you think is gonna happen? You really think they're gonna fight?
No.
Come on, how many times Cam done pulled up on Jim in the hood?
Right.
Or vice versa.
Right.
Come on, cut it out. That's when you realize, like, oh, okay, all right, he understand how these headlines is.
Yeah.
And to segue into this fight, I mean, do you think Camron has a point when it comes to just artists, walking athletes out to the ring, boxes, what I mean? Is that a good thing for artists now to do that, or is that like bad luck?
It depends on the artist. Like, I was never a fan of crunk music, bro. So like when I heard it, I was like, yo, it was never a good song to me. You know what I mean? That was on what? Diplomatic Immunity 2?
I mean, back then it
was
came on. It was on the playlist.
Yeah, it was on a playlist, but it was like it got played, but it was a radio song, and I was just like, eh. Like, like he ain't even doing anything new off his album. Like Tank usually come out with the young dudes, the little babies, and
right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
Yeah, and it just didn't. It didn't feel right. You know what I mean? I was just like, I just didn't feel right, man. I was just like, nah, bro, this ain't it. Crunk music ain't it. And I wasn't, not like I was worried.
So what joint they should have came out with instead of crunk music, in your opinion?
Yo, a Jim Jones song, or like a Dipset song.
I mean, you got Jewel's there. That's what I'm saying. Like, why not?
Jewel, it's something else. I mean, yo, but why them? You know what I'm saying? Like, why them? Like, it could have been as many artists as it is out of New York. You know what I mean? I don't know. Like, I just figured, like, if you brought Jim out, he'd be performing something new. Or that Harlem joint that had everybody going crazy. Like, I thought he would have been doing that. Like, he got joints. Like, joints off Hustler's Poem, bro. Like, that Harlem joint.
But like, that's what I'm saying. Like, you putting the boxer in the mentality, I'm getting ready to go out here and battle.
Right.
You know what I mean? The energy. When I'm listening,
Jim ain't got no songs like that.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, but even then, when I think of the Killer, boom, boom. Like, it's certain records that you play. You know what I mean?
He should have brought Cam out.
That's what I'm saying.
He should have brought Cam out. So I really mean it or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, it came out that I really mean it. That might have been hard, actually.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yo,
that might have been fire. I ain't gonna front.
Like, but even then, it's 2025 and those records, you know, we remember.
Yeah.
But the generation of today, right? They like, all right, come on.
Even Jim Jones, like Jim Jones, it maybe known more for Red Flag than his music to this generation.
Shit, loving hip hop.
Yeah, loving hip hop, right?
You know what I mean? But you know, it is what it is. Like I said, we ain't trying to knock Jimmy. We see what you doing, so y'all make sure.
Yeah, nah, salute.
Yeah, listen to At the Church's Steps. I heard a couple joints so far. I like what I heard. It's unfortunate because you could put out the best goddamn album, and it's not gonna have the effect that it did with some of the previous joints.
Right.
You know what I mean? Back in his career, like he had the single with Trey Songz.
Yeah.
You know, that shit meant something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Something, man.
You feel me? Like certain records, like you had the hit, so now
he's always had joints, man. Like he that's the one thing, like for someone who started and was like completely raw coming into the game.
Yeah.
And then he found out. I always salute Jim on that. Like
you know what they're gonna say? He didn't write it. They already in the comments, but you know he didn't write it.
I mean,
God, damn.
Yeah, but I mean, he came into the game the way he did, right? And he found a way to carve a lane for him, bro. Like you gotta salute that. You know, he carved his own lane and found a way to be successful. So like at the end of the day, you gotta salute that. But yeah, man, like I like evolution of artists, bro. So it's like, yo, I never wanted to be the young old dude. You know what I mean? Like so, like you know, like so, like I kind of take. I keep my eye open for that, and for the guy that's not aware that he's the oldest dude in the room, you know, like that's another issue. Yeah,
I mean, you know, sometimes, you know, raised in our environment, you know what I mean. We've seen people like that before, and it's not like, you know, Jim's story isn't a success story because it really is. You don't really get to have the access. You know, with social media now, it kind of diluted fame and everything. But Jim, you know, he's very charitable. He's very accessible. He does a lot outside of just being on the corners.
Right.
But, you know, the representation and the image and the content of the music.
I seen him in the community. I seen him involved with the mayor. You know what I mean? Like it's other, you know what I mean? Like he active out there, and like I definitely salute that. So if it's a matter of, I can say that
he's a hustler.
He's a hustler.
Because when Cam went through what he went through, you know what I mean? Personal or not, Jim had to find a way to survive.
Absolutely.
You get what I mean? And that's the part of the game where we talked about it last week, where you gotta praise him. You might not like the music, you might not like none of this shit.
Right.
But at least the man doing something.
Absolutely.
I know a lot of these cats that you know, they go about what they did 20, 30 years ago.
Yeah.
And they can't read the room.
Right.
You know what I mean? They want to make the millions of dollars, but they going off of something they did 2-3 decades ago.
Right.
Like, yo, it's
don't
about
matter
what you,
no more.
Come on.
Yeah, it don't
it's
matter
about
no
what
more.
you've done for me lately. And in the end, when you got something like Dipset, right, it becomes timeless over time. Last week, went to go see KRS-One. Come on, he's still shutting down shows, performing records from 20, 30 years ago. You know what I mean? Once you reach that level, you don't want to you know, tank that image. You get what I'm saying? Because y'all can still do shows together.
Absolutely. It's a lot of money, man. Yo, imagine if they did just a Harlem tour, bro. Like Dave East, Dipset. You know what I'm saying? Like, man,
it's opportunity.
Crazy.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but again, never say never. You can't close the door on that all the way. You know what I mean? But to pivot, let's talk about the fight, man. What was your reaction to this draw in this fight between.
Yo, let me say this first, bro. Okay. A lot of y'all do not know shit about boxing, bro. A lot of y'all, man. Like a lot of y'all, it irritate me, man, because like I really digest boxing every day, and I see people who like just jump online and say anything, man. And that shit boils my blood, bro. You know what I mean? Yeah. Especially when it comes to, especially we from Baltimore, yo. You know what I mean?
You a boxer,
like,
right?
Nah.
I thought you was knocking them niggas out back in the day. You said like you was bodyguard or something like that.
Yeah, no, I
thought that was you on the wire or something, man. That wasn't you.
Yeah, yo, but when especially with Tank, yo, we from here, yo. So yeah, we bias a little bit, but yo, that was not a knockdown. It was not a knockdown. That was not a knockdown.
Like, what you talking about when he looked into the sky and he just dropped?
Nah, he took the knee. But what happened was, like, in slow-mo, he went with the punch. You know what I'm saying? He rolled with the punch, but he didn't take a punch and then took a knee. You can see when he went in the corner, he specifically said, yo, it's something in my eye. You know what I mean? He specifically said it's something in my eye, and the ref said to him, yo, you can't do that. But the rule is, it's not an automatic knockdown. It's the judge's discretion.
Right.
So the judge can see he's visibly talking to the ref. You know what I'm saying? He's not woozy. He got his legs. He got all his gatherings and everything.
It's just, in the world of sports betting and gambling.
Oh, yeah. No question.
Optically, and watching him fight, being accustomed to knowing how he plays the distance in these fights. It's like playing with your fool when you know you already got him. But
shout out Lamont Roach. But yo, they've been fighting each other since they was kids, bro.
That was a play.
Yeah.
Because even in certain moments where I'm watching, he got him.
Yeah, he pressed the gas.
I want to say that this whole left side was just open. I'm like, yo, if he get caught with one of these, it's over. And granted, he was hitting Tank, but I don't think his power was really doing that much compared to what Tank could do with his opponents.
Tank was hurting. Tank had him hurt, but you can see he fell back a little bit. Like he wasn't pressing the gas on him. You know what I mean? Now in the rematch, I got Tank knocking him out because yo talk too much. Like he really tried to get the commission to overturn the decision, you know what I mean, to give Tank an L and all that. And I was just like, man.
In all fairness, Roach, you took a knee too. The ref let it go.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
And nobody talking about that though.
And when we talk about the percentages, right? Tank landed more.
Right.
You know what I mean? Granted, homie, he threw a lot of punches. We know Tank, he doesn't really throw a lot of jabs like that. You know what I mean? Power puncher, we understand that. But like I said, it was all right. By the time we got to the 9th, 10th round, we're accustomed to him dropping them.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, this is a play. They trying to sell a second fight because now everyone's talking about Roach and how good he looked out there. You know what I mean? Now you see the play. You like, oh, all right. You know what I mean? Because had he did him dirty, retired, then the question would have been like, yo,
Roach can fight though. Shout out Lamont Roach. Roach can fight, man. It's a lot of good fighters out of the DMV, man, out of DC, bro. Like a lot of DC dudes. I ain't gonna say a lot, but I mean,
you see the head. Shout out Chris Pirate. You know what I mean, my man.
Yeah,
design out there in DC.
That's fire, man. Yeah. Shout out DC, bro. But yeah, DC got some fighters out there, man. And Lamont can fight, man.
So who you want to see him fight next?
I ain't really crazy about the rematch. I want to see the rematch at some point, but I'd like to see Lamont fight. It's other fighters at 135 he could definitely fight. There's a lot of smoke down there, man. So I heard Shakur name. It's a lot. That's a good fight.
Right.
That's a good fight because Lamont can hang with Tank. He can hang with any of them dudes, in my opinion.
I don't know why I keep.
opinion,
I keep thinking about Tank and Crawford, man.
Nah, Crawford too big.
I mean, yo, it's not
Crawford too big.
Out the possibility, yo.
I mean, you
feel me? Like
they would have to meet at some crazy catch weight. It'd have to be at like 145 or something like that because Tank can't put that type of weight on.
People want to see box office.
Yeah, I mean, Crawford about to fight Canelo though. Crawford fighting Canelo in September. So like that's his.
Who you got winning that?
Man, Canelo gonna whoop his ass, bro.
Canelo gonna whoop him?
Whoop him. Whoop him. And like, listen,
can we say this? Can we say this moment?
Yeah, I'm saying it.
We might watch it here. We might do the goddamn watch the fight party here.
Roam the plug. Well, we could do that. Roam the plug. Said it. Yo, whoever want to bet,
gentleman's bet. What's up? Right on the air, $1, gentleman's bet. All right, bet. Like trading places. You know what I'm saying? Gentleman's bet.
Man,
Canelo gonna wash him.
Yo, it's weight classes for a reason.
Okay.
It's weight class for a reason. That boy, and Bud's great, bro. You can't deny him, right? But I will.
After his last performance, I mean,
that was just Earl Spence. He ain't look like that versus Madrimov.
Okay.
Like Madrimov had 10 fights. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Earl Spence is an Olympian. You whooped an Olympian like that. So what that lets me know is that was more Earl Spence than Terrence Crawford. You know what I'm saying? And when you fought a kid he's not a kid. He had like over 200 amateur fights.
Right.
Ukrainian. He had 10 fights though. But what that let me know is in that Earl Spence fight, that was more so what Earl Spence didn't have that night, opposed to how dominant Terrence Crawford was. Right. A lot of people to beat Earl Spence that night, fighting like that. And then Madrimov, people were saying Madrimov beat Bud. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't gonna front.
It was a good fight. It was a good fight.
Yeah, it was a good fight. He had 10 fights. You know what I mean? I just think that, like, he couldn't hurt Madrimov. So how you gonna hurt Canelo going up 2 more weight classes?
Yeah, that's a valid point.
Yeah, like, you're not gonna be, if he can't hurt Canelo, bro, it's not gonna happen.
It's something that, like I said, it's time to, bring back the box office.
Yeah, the best. Like, listen, come on. I wasn't crazy about it.
Saudi, the promoter.
Yeah,
he got the bag.
Yeah, I wasn't crazy about it, after I seen, I wanted to see Bud versus Charlo and then winner fight Canelo. That's what I wanted to see.
Okay, I can see that.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's too much smoke at 154, bro, for you to just jump up and try to fight Canelo. It's way too much smoke. And, like, you should have fought Charlo. You talked all that shit to Charlo after you beat EJ. And then when Charlo was saying your name, now all of a sudden it's, you lost to Canelo. Like, oh, nah, bro. Nah, man.
You don't think Canelo was the bigger name, though?
Canelo is the bigger name, right? Canelo is the bigger name.
And he got the, like I said, the Saudi. He rocking with him hard, so.
He's the only reason he's the only reason he got that fight.
That's a fact.
He's the only reason he got that fight. He wouldn't have got that fight nowhere else. You know what I mean? But, because he would have to fight, go through the ringer fighting all those other fighters.
Right.
You know what I mean? I congratulate him for getting a fight. I mean, he deserves. You can't say for someone who's 2-time undisputed, you know what I mean, for what he's accomplished, that he don't deserve it, right? Mm-hmm. I don't like his tactics about going about certain fights. Okay. I don't like how he go about that and then claim to be so great and you ducked you dodged all the smoke.
Where they learn that from? Ron?
Yeah, I mean,
who started that trend? Ron?
I ain't gonna say. Nah, Floyd got
too
many.
LeBron and Stephen A. and them over there.
Floyd got too many names on his resume that say he ducked. Right. Mm-hmm. He strategically moved. He played chess.
Right.
He played chess in the long run. In the boxing game. But I ain't gonna say he ducked because he fought too many people.
That's a fact. But that's the narrative when it comes to Floyd.
Yeah.
At the later years of his career. People don't understand that it's a business. And I'm 50-50, right? I understand that when we talk about some of our legends, they're considered one of the greatest, but they didn't have everything, right? They might have left, didn't have enough money, their health wasn't all that. It's always one or the other. But
right.
Floyd, the man is undefeated in every way you can look at it, where it's just like you got to respect it. What can you say? You know what I mean? If you're gonna go out boxing, I would rather go out, aside from the cooning, aside from the tap dancing we see from Floyd. You know what I mean?
Yo, they ran Floyd up out of UK, bro. Oh, man. Yo,
but look, recently he was, cooning for Trump.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this is why when he go on those sports platforms, he gets so upset because people rank Ali ahead of Floyd. And that's why.
Ali's always going to be the greatest, bro.
That's a fact.
Ali is always forever going to be the greatest boxer of all time.
Facts. But it's the stance that he took.
It's right. It's for what he sacrificed that what makes him the greatest. Sugar Ray Robinson is technically, you know what I'm saying?
It's a lot of
it's Sugar Ray Robinson, but the best fighter of all time.
That argument that he has with sports analysts and him wondering, why am I not, ahead of Ali? This is what Ali did. It's like, bro, it's your actions outside of the ring.
Yeah. You went to jail for beating up women. Ali went to jail for refusing
fighting the system.
Fighting the system. Like, it's different. Like, there's no way they can't compare, like the man that Muhammad Ali was, bro. Like, Muhammad Ali started Top Rank. You gotta understand that. Muhammad Ali and the Nation of Islam started that company. You know what I'm saying? And for how long that company, the Nation of Islam and Top Rank was robbing Ali. Ali was supposed to be super rich, bro.
You believe?
Yeah, they was robbing him blind, bro, but he trusted them. You know what I mean? They got a lot of his money. Like they had in in some of his contracts, bro. Like in his contracts, it was divvied up. Like a portion was going to the nation, portion was going to Top Rank. Like they was robbing him.
Well, see, you know, and then this is probably what created a Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? Generations later, where it's like you gonna pay. You know what I mean? Yeah, we might be different in that regard, but because of the history and we knowing that a lot of the greats from that time was massively underpaid.
Yeah.
It's just a different time period. So it's like now, when you Pretty Boy Floyd, the money team, you know, aside from the antics, the man puts in the work. To this day, the dedication, the work ethic is why he is what he is. And some people get around him and they want that lifestyle, but they don't recognize the discipline that he still has to this day that made him who he was. You know what I'm saying? Or who he is.
Floyd Mayweather so powerful, he made Brother Poe like white women.
Oh Lord.
Like
Hey yo.
Hey yo.
Yo, Wiley.
Hey yo.
Dang, what he still booked, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, Poe like was like the black woman is God. Yo, went to Vegas. Went to Vegas with Floyd, bro.
Man.
It was standing there with the Kardashians, bro.
Had them little swap meet polos on, button ups.
Yeah,
I don't
man.
know what the hell he was watching.
Yo was wildin', bro.
Man. But listen, man, before we get up out of here, I know it's been 3 years later, but you got Tony Rock, man, Chris Rock brother talking about he still want to fight Will. Is that something?
Yo, I would want to see it. Put the gloves on. They should knuckle up, man, and put it on.
Hollywood Ali versus Tony Rock.
Man. Yeah.
You got the Shein Chris Rock, the T-Move Chris Rock.
Shein Chris Rock.
I put it together. Shein Chris Rock. I put them together. Shein and T-Move.
Hey yo,
you know what I mean? Like yo,
B-side Chris.
You know? Alibaba Chris Rock. You know what I mean? But yo, it's funny because like it's why Chris got hit. Now I get it. Tony Rock, that's your brother. You know, you put your hands on my brother.
You gonna rob your brother.
But 3 years later. And Will been outside heavy.
If your brother ain't riding for it, bro, like you gotta let it go. Your brother ain't mad, which you can't be mad about it. If your brother ain't gonna do no shit about it, bro, you gotta shut up.
Nah, but the time to do something was that.
Yeah, right then and there.
Yeah. Chris too. Yeah, like you said, I'd have went to commercial break.
Yeah, absolutely.
It looked. Even when I look at it today, 3 years later, it still looked scripted. It still looks scripted. Even yo had a little grin on his face.
Mm-hmm.
It's like yo, you just got slapped in front of the world.
Will Smith just slapped this shit.
Yeah. That's like, the greatest moment in television. It was just like,
man.
Come on, man. I mean, like I said, me personally, I got to get you back. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? It would have been a slap fest right there at the Oscars.
Yeah,
They'd have been like, yo, how many times they slapped each other on stage? About 10 times. We'd have been going back and forth, slap. Because you wasn't just going to embarrass me and just style off on your Mike Lowry. Like, yeah. I don't know. It's just looking back at it, you know, does the narrative change about how we perceive Will Smith now? Do we look at him like, he's not the soft person that he's portrayed in the media? Like, did that incident, build up his credibility, or it doesn't really matter now?
It's Chris Rock, yo. It's Pookie. Like, come on, man. Like, nah, like he's the guy that he's the same. This the same dude that like white boys say nigga in the room. And he don't say nothing.
Lord CK.
Yeah. Yeah, he the same one. So like I expect that type them the type ones that deserve to be smacked. So I mean, yo, like it is what it is.
Hey Tony, you heard him. You heard him, right? He said he got the face that they need to be slapped. That's what he said. He got a slappable face. Man.
Like, yo, ask your brother why he ain't addressed them white boys saying nigga in the room.
Come on now.
If we get mad at Will.
Come on now.
Like, I mean, just
come on the show. We can have you on, Tony. You cuss us out right here on the couch. We ain't gonna turn it to Club Shay Shay. You know what I mean? Right. But yeah, man, I ain't gonna lie. To see him still, talk about it 3 years later, and it's like, yo, Will ain't hard to find. Come on, he getting ready to go on tour with Jazzy Jeff, and let's not act like he, Will is really, he's serious about his craft. So when he went and trained for that Ali role,
Will got a little bit of hands.
Come on.
Yeah.
That's how I know that it was a stunt. You know what I mean? That was the most Hollywood slap I ever seen. You know what I'm saying? Because he really wanted to...
He put talk in it, too. Like, he put his hips in.
Come on. Yo, like, come on, fam. Like, let's be real. We know And it's certain things as men, we just, it's no conversation. You know what I mean? You slap me, because that's a form of disrespect. You slap me, you slap my lady in my presence, you spit on me. Bro, it's not, we could talk later.
Right.
Down at the station or wherever the fuck they gonna have us at. But it's certain moments where we gotta fight.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like Charlie said, Charlie Murphy, God bless his soul. You know what I mean? We gonna have, duel to the death.
Right, absolutely.
You know
you might die.
Come on, slap. Yeah. And the world seen it.
Yeah.
To this day, Chris, he was seen recently. They asked him, will he be open to hosting the Oscars again? And it's just crazy. It's just like, all of these things are done. It ain't just them, but these entities are trying to do their best to stay relevant for the next 10, 20 years. So they're left to do these antics in hopes that everyone is talking about it. Yeah. Because before that incident, I'm sure that the numbers were down.
Right.
Viewers,
absolutely.
Ratings and viewers, the viewership was down when it came to people watching just cable television.
Right.
All of these programs, the Oscars, the Grammys, it's like social media has changed everything forever now, whereas like fame isn't what it used to be no more.
Right.
You know what I mean? You got people that's famous on social media.
Right.
Based on that metric. You know what I mean? Blue checks and you know how they say.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? You can buy all of that stuff now.
Yeah.
The only way to know is when you get in the room and actually see the difference of the quality versus what they selling you.
Right.
Because everybody's selling you something nowadays. So you got to be mindful of what you're investing in. But when I think about, the time period that we in, man, even that incident, at the end of the day, if it was staged, did it work? Did it get people to watch television again or the Oscars?
I don't really think so.
Come on.
They just watch it on Instagram.
Come on.
And Twitter. And YouTube. Like, nah, not really. I mean, television dead anyway, bro. Like, it's just certain, the apps and the streaming shit, bro. Like, that's kind of it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just one of them situations where we're trying to figure out what's the next wave. It's a new day. You know what I mean?
Yeah, facts.
And the way this shit going, with your boy up in office, your boy Donnie, he now all Canada, China, everybody like they ready for war. I mean, what's your thoughts on that?
Hey, man. Hey, yo, listen, we might be in trouble, bro. I ain't gonna lie, we might be in trouble.
It's crazy seeing the sound bites, the snippets, people walking out of the hearings, and
it's bread and circus, right? It's bread and circuses at the end of the day, right? Me personally, like, they gonna do what they gonna do. This ain't our fight. You know what I'm saying? As far as this is not our fight. This is what let them try that shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like go for it. Go for it and see how far it goes. It's not gonna happen.
I mean, listen, like I said, right now is a perfect opportunity to huddle up, come on home, restore order, and focus on our politics, our business.
Right.
You know what I mean? Right now, I know it's a lot of uncertainty about the future, right? When it comes to people, their jobs, their careers, people getting laid off. Now is a perfect opportunity where we need to come together and start discussing about building our own.
Resegregate.
You know what I mean? Come on. You know what I'm saying? It's not something that should be deemed negative when in America there's so many other communities. I'm in Baltimore. You got a Little Italy, Little Havana. Come on. They can't keep making it like the hood is our thing.
Right.
You know what I mean? After you done starved it of its resources, deprived it, you made the hood what it is. And then you try to make us the face of it when in reality it's designed like that.
Everything that come from them is projection, bro.
Yes.
You got to understand. And that's all it is. It's all projection from their insecurity because they know where they came from. Even the term, the term ghetto came from, right. You know what I'm saying? The projects, that was them. You know what I'm saying?
They were in it.
Yeah, they was in it.
They were in it.
Oh, come on, man.
Until they started redlining, building the freeways because people didn't want to work or they didn't want to live in the city, so they'd rather make their money and then go out to the outskirts.
Right.
It's, no matter how they try to paint the picture as if color isn't the motivation. I mean, come on, look at the White House.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For years, they told us Barack couldn't do this, Barack couldn't do that, but as soon as the white boys get in office, they waste no time doing the hell what they want to do. You get what I'm saying? So it's all these white lies that they told us for decades. I love the fact that it shatters all that bullshit now.
That's the one thing I appreciate Trump for, because Trump was able to come in and pull that curtain back. Yeah. Unknowingly. Yes. Unknowingly. But
it's always been there.
Yeah, but it's always been there. We knew it.
The tap dance and the code switching, all of the things that we've done to try to coexist in this system of things, look at what it's gotten us.
Yeah, no way.
And then you see the conversation about immigrants, right? It's as if they've used us up for as much as they could. Right?
Trying to replace us.
There you go.
Yeah.
You pitting communities against each other, when in reality, that's what make America so special.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Because of the diversity.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, not by choice. We could talk about the dark truth of the history, you know what I'm saying, and white supremacy and what they've done for the record. They are the face of all of the negativity in the most cleanest way possible. Even though the way that they depict black people as if we the face of crime and all of that. Well, you look at the numbers.
2040.
Woo, come on now.
2040, that majority will be a minority.
Come on.
And I don't know how a minority can reign supreme over a majority. So, I mean,
Without the system of white supremacy.
Right.
America is backed by white supremacy, protected by white supremacy.
It's the blood of the country.
Come on. So instead of crying about, yo, look what they doing, what are we going to do for ourselves?
Right.
That's why we here now. We putting these platforms together. We got to link up. We got to network. I get it. We be holding on to grudges and shit for decades. Yo, we got to look at the bigger picture.
Mm-hmm.
Are we going to be here for another 100 years? I respect you enough to want to see you and your family flourish. Like, no one is special. We all have a right to be here on this planet. You know what I'm saying? But it's time to start thinking for self and taking care of us and building families and foundation, because this whole wanting to be Scarface, you just isolated in this war and you don't have no foundation. This is why a lot of people, they feel lost.
Mm-hmm.
They ain't praying, no meditation. They don't exercise. All they do is put poison in their body and they mental from the music, the messaging, the lifestyle. It becomes depressing. But once you break free of that, come on, yo, it's a beautiful thing. But I don't want to be on my soapbox because I ain't going to lie. I keep talking. You might see me with that dashiki on in a minute. But, man, I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Like I said, man, this is a special thing we building over here. You know what I mean? I appreciate my brother right here, Rome.
That's a fact, man.
Like I said, man, just get used to saying this because we ain't going nowhere.
That's a fact.
Regardless of who is here, who not. We are working to create something that's authentic and original. It's 1 million podcasts out here, 1 million people doing it, but who's going to really move the needle? Who's going to make history? When you see me, I'm here to make history. I'm not here to just do shit to say, yeah, we did it, y'all. That's the social media era. We need proof. We need results. And right now, we working on some things. I know I say that every episode, but
it's true.
I just got the theme song back. I wanted to play it this week for y'all so bad because the shit is hard. Shout out to my homie Grand Finale. We gonna work on something as far as getting an official video. But trust me, before you know it, yo, the shit is gonna look fly. And we gonna have fun with this. You know what I mean? We gonna have a ball. We gonna continue to bless y'all with dope, authentic content. But yeah, man, I ain't gonna hold y'all. This was a ill episode, Rome.
Definitely.
Take care of yourself this weekend. The weather's warming up.
Yeah, man.
Ain't back outside. Pooh Shices, y'all. They ain't back outside.
Hey, yo, y'all gotta get like the Venet joints or something, yo. Y'all gonna keep wearing them shit, yo. It just gotta be mesh or something, bro. Like, yo, that shit is weird. Like, why?
Can you get a visor on the Pooh Shices? They put the visor on the Pooh Shices.
Somebody gonna do that shit now.
Hey, yo, but before we go, I want to shout out to the wonderful, hardworking people over here at Digital Empress Studios.
Yeah.
I want to shout out my homie Rod the Poet. Y'all make sure to tune in. Like I said, if y'all need any work, photography, the boy's bad. I got him working with me. He comes here professional, do his homework, do his due, and then he going about his business, you know what I mean? So,
and he babysit.
And he babysit, right. He keeping the kids from walking on set, but that's just how, that's how it is over here. Like I said, I just want to salute everybody who's contributing to this, man. A lot of people got their hand in it, and we're going to continue to bless y'all. But with that being said, we out, y'all.
Peace and love, man. Salute.
Yeah, peace. Like, share, subscribe, niggas.
Yeah. Y'all said. You want to get on the cam, yo? Yo, always want to get on the cam.